There's an endless stream of money circulating around the planet, and we can't see it. It's like how we can only see a small portion of visible light. Everything else on the electromagnetic spectrum was invisible to us. Just like all of the money circulating around the planet, it's going from person to person. It's constantly moving, and you can tap into it. When you provide value, you're able to tap into this money supply, this circulating stream of money. But how? And why? And what do I mean by that? I view money as energy. It's an instrument of change. It doesn't have its own mind. It's not autonomous. It can't think for itself and make its own decisions. Money doesn't make one person good or bad. It only amplifies their characteristics because it is an instrument of change. Someone has to use it for something, for it to be effective. If you would just look at money as energy for just a moment with me, let's just say you're collecting energy from a job. You're converting your time into energy that this employer is paying you so that you can then redeploy for food, bills, gas, investments. You'll send it out there and give it to somebody for something in exchange, and it goes away. Sometimes you give energy to another person and it can come back to you. What if you loan them money and they pay you back? Sometimes you'll get more energy than you sent out. What's really cool about this energy is that you can deploy it. You can sprinkle it on an idea over here and it will grow and send energy back to you. You can sprinkle some over here and it might fizzle out and die and go away. You can use that energy to create opportunities, to get people to do what you want by giving it to them and create changes. You can even deploy that energy and have people build a system for you that generates more energy and then gives it back to you. And that's what we're talking about today. Everybody that has a successful business or is able to extract energy from this flow has built a system to retrieve it. Getting access to that flow is a lot like mining for gold. Hear me out on this, okay? One person will go with a pan in the river and they'll be able to use their time and convert it into this gold energy. They'll be able to retrieve it from a river. Sometimes they can afford to trade for a slew and gold mining equipment so they can now start mining more efficiently and then they can pull more energy out, but they're still converting their time into money. Now, what would happen if they used that energy and they gave it to somebody and they said, hey, I need you to go mine for gold for me. You can keep part of it, but you're going to give me the rest. Now we're starting to get into territory where we're trading energy for a system that can extract energy for us. And this is how I want you to think about business. Now, the pitfall here is that most people, including myself, I'm so guilty of this, will get a bunch of different people doing a bunch of different methods to extract the gold. You're going to have one guy doing hydro mining over here. You're going to have another guy panning for gold. You're going to have one guy digging. One guy's going to be using a pickaxe. We have all these shallow methods. That's the problem. Diversifying splits your attention, your resources, your understanding, and your knowledge. What's better than that is digging one really deep, effective mine. That's the problem with most people, including myself. They'll have a bunch of different shallow mines and energy will be coming back and they'll think it's effective, but in reality, they're expending so much energy and they're getting so little back that it's not really worth their time. So what do? We ignore the opportunities and we focus on one thing and we get really good at it. I just learned this lesson recently. It has been a huge limiting belief breaker in my mind. So if we're continuing to look at money as energy and we're using the analogy of gold mining for retrieving that energy, it's better to go deep than it is to go wide. The goal is to get the energy to come back to you in a greater amount than you expended with less effort. That's what businesses do. Businesses allow you to tap into this energy stream and extract it by providing value. After all, a business is just a group of people working together to solve problems for another group of people. So your goal as a business owner is to figure out how to build that system, provide value, extract the energy, multiply it, etc. This is how I think about business. This is how I think about money. Money is an instrument of change. You can't do a goddamn thing without money. You need it to pay people. You need it to cause influence. You need it to grow yourself. You need it to buy things to make the difference. You can't do anything unless you first learn how to provide value, get the energy, so then you can then redeploy that energy and exert your worldview and your influence on the planet. Hopefully it's a good one. That is true diversity. Differences of opinions, differences of ideas and ideals and morals and the way people do things, and that's what I really want to stress. You can exert your worldview, and in fact, I encourage you to because it's important and we need more of it. But in order to do that, you have to tap into this energy stream and you have to learn how to extract value, ideally with a system. Because if you are doing this on your own, if you're still converting time to money, you can go in and take a scoop. But if you're not scooping actively, you're not earning energy. You need to create a system that can earn it for you, whether you're using people or technology. If you like the way that I teach and you're interested in learning more from me, check out the accelerator down below. No pressure, just want to let you know that it exists and I love teaching business owners. Check out this video next, I think it might help.